just like to chit chat about working out when to do the giveaway live stream. So yeah, here we are. So who do we have here with us? And of course I've got a cup of coffee here, having my first cup of coffee for the day. And of course I should get this started on my phone in a minute, just so that I can keep up with things. But anyways, never mind. Oh, I should see if I can put this on to do disturb. I forgot to do that earlier, so yeah, just bear with me. Okay, we got that going. So yeah, do not disturb switched on, so we should be all good now. So yeah, who do we have here with us? And of course it will take a minute or two for anybody to come in, so yeah, just bear with me. So yeah, we're just waiting here. Oh, just alerts going off. Bear with me. I should have turned the alerts off on my phone. I just turned them off on my tablet, which I'm streaming from, but yeah, I'll get this up and running just so that we can keep up. Oh yeah, we are going mad with the alerts now, ain't we? Anyways, never mind. Yeah, who's here with us? I'll get this on to do not disturb. Yeah, my phone's sort of not long updated to the new Google 15 that just came out. One UI 7, I think Samsung calls it. So it's just updated to that, and so where all the icons and everything is sort of moved around. I'm sort of got to think, where is it? But yeah, current temperature at the moment. It does say cloudy, but it is raining out there, so there's that, of course. So that's why we're here. I'm hoping that the internet is better than what it's been. It's been absolutely horrible lately, so yeah, we'll just see what comes up. And yeah, the weather's been pretty horrid, so you know, I think to do with the horrid weather we've had. Oh, well, that's not brilliant for down. "23 megabits down." That's pretty horrid for down, but actually the up speed is better than what it's been for a while. 6.35 up, which is still not brilliant, but it is better than what it's been. I'll get this started here and keep up with chat. So that I can sort of, you know, keep up with everybody, because it doesn't always pop up here. So yeah, just bear with me. And hopefully we can get this up and running, that I can sort of keep up with chat if anybody does come in and you know, want to chat. So yeah, just bear with me. Do have the sound turned off on this. Oh yes, good. Because yeah, definitely don't want the sound going on here. So yeah. Okay, we've got the chat coming up here. All quiet. So yeah, what's my sound quality and video quality like? Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully. I had the heaty going in here earlier, so yeah, I haven't sort of got sweaters or anything on at the moment, but yeah, if it gets a bit chilly in here, I can always put the heaty back on, I guess. Yeah, who do we have here with us? I don't know, go live for about an hour, I guess, but see what happens if nobody comes in. You know, maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Just depends who we get coming in, but yeah, I had a busy day yesterday, and then you know, with medical appointments and that, so I was doing that. Yeah, everybody please smash the thumbs up. Always need more of those, and they're much appreciated, so everybody smash those. And everybody who shares this out is much appreciated. And of course, with the way the internet is here in this location, it takes so long just to upload an ordinary video. You know, a full-length video, it just takes absolutely forever. So well, medical appointment yesterday, so I went and did that, and then that was late. They were very busy there, so you know, that was late, and it's about an hour late, but yeah, they were short-staffed on the day, and then a heap of people sort of turned up just at the same time I was turning up for their appointments. Whether they were late or what have you, I don't know. But you know, an hour late before I saw the specialist doctor, so but you know, that is what it is. Before that appointment, I'd sort of been out and about, and I was trying to upload my next full-length video, which is a long one, 32 minutes, and I think it got to about 80%, and just stopped. I was trying to upload it when I was sort of on buses and trains and that too, and I think eventually YouTube just got sick of it sort of stopping and starting with the uploading all the time. It's, you know, it's sort of, you know, as I move around, I'm sort of moving between different cell phone towers, so I think YouTube just got sick of that, and then, you know, it came up, failed, you know, upload failed, and they, but I've heard a few people say they've had trouble with the uploads too. The uploading's been a bit funny, so you know, there might be that as well. So you know, I sort of I want to get this video up just so that I can get everything ready on it, and then you know, have it sort of premiere on Thursday evening for you all, Friday morning for me. So I sort of when I was finished with the medical appointment, I sort of came back because it was in a different suburb, so I had to sort of go back on the train to Cranbourne and then by bus to Frankston where I was going to do my shopping, and got to the mall very late. I got to the mall, it was nearly 5 p.m. when I got to the mall, or it was just on 5 p.m. So I just sat down in the food court area and thought, oh, the security going to get you know, pissed in a minute because I'm sitting there when they're wanting to close the food court and that, because Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday the shopping mall closes at 5 p.m. although the supermarkets do remain open till about 9 p.m. on those days. So just sitting at the mall, because there was a bit more internet there than if I sort of tried to do it here, it would take probably like about 3 days to upload if I tried to upload it here in the Stink House. So just sitting in the mall, it took me about 45 minutes to get it uploaded. So just sitting at the food court and thinking, oh, the security are going to get pissed in a minute, and they asked me to leave that area. But no, they didn't bother me at all, which was good. Excuse me. So I got it uploaded, and it was about 6 p.m. then by the time it had finished uploading, and, you know, it sort of do its thing, just rendering with YouTube and, you know, getting rendered up to 4K, because all my full-length videos that I make, and the shorts that I put on YouTube too, I film in 4K and 60 frames per second. I edited that and also upload them at that. Of course, for TikToks, because TikTok just doesn't accept 4K, for TikToks, and that's shorts that I put onto YouTube, I will re-render them at 1080p, because TikTok likes that, so I'll render them at that, and then I'll just put them at that on Instagram, for Instagram Reels as well, because you know, probably doesn't need to be such high resolution for Instagram Reels, because everybody watches, or nearly everybody watches TikTok or Instagram Reels on these things. I don't think anybody watches Instagram Reels on a large screen TV, and TikTok on a large screen TV, although they might watch them on a laptop at times, or a computer monitor, but laptops generally ain't known for having real good resolution anyway, so it doesn't sort of probably matter quite so much. So, you know, if they're a bit lower, it probably don't matter quite so much in quality, but of course for my full length I like to have them large screen friendly, because, you know, a number of people watch my full length. Some are watching, looking at the analytics, some are watching on TV. Probably most watch on phone, but there's probably like about 30% that will watch on TV. You know, when you look at the analytics, and quite a large amount watch on tablets. You know, my tablet is large. I think my tablet's like about a 14-inch or something, or 12-inch. I'm not sure, but it's large for a tablet. I use one of those Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, so, you know, you can Google what size they are. So, you know, they're quite quite a large size, so you can really see the difference in quality compared to, you know, a mobile phone. You know, the quality difference does make a difference on a quality upgrade, I should say, does make a difference on a large screen tablet like what I've got. You know, of course, with the OLED screen and all of that, so it makes a huge difference. Although, you know, cheap tablets, not so much. You know, your $90 or $100, what's the brand of the cheap tablets? It's not going to make any difference whether you filmed in 740p or 4K. 740p is probably the maximum that those cheap tablets will actually get. You know, I've tried to use those before and they're just horrid. You know, the screens ain't very bright and don't have much resolution, and the software, they're always hanging up, and they've got no power, and you can't sort of do much on those cheap ones except maybe, you know, read an ebook and watch a video on YouTube. Although who'd want to watch a video on YouTube on those things? They're just you know, the screens are up to shit, to put it bluntly. You sort of if you're going to watch videos, you sort of want sort of you know, an iPad, and we're just talking about the standard iPad or better, or the Samsung A series or better, you know, just to watch the standard video. Probably the Amazon Fire tablet's probably okay for watching videos too. I don't sort of know much about those ones, but I hear they don't have much RAM. But I've sort of struggled along with, you know, trying to do some of my extra work like streaming or editing. I sort of at one stage had an iPad mini, and that was, no, it just wouldn't cut it. It just didn't have the power. I think you'd probably, for editing, you'd probably would need to have the iPad Air or the iPad Pro just to cut it, I think. And I tried, I think it was an A8 or something, and that was hopeless. It just didn't have the processing power to do things, and there was no way that it had the processing power to, you know, to render a video in 4K. And of course, you know, with my editing app, it just wouldn't allow 4K on the A8. It just didn't have the power to do it. Whereas this thing, yeah, 4K, no worries, and I can just sort of watch without it sort of chopping or anything, you know, chop, you know, when I'm editing. Whereas, you know, the cheaper tablets would do that too. They just wouldn't sort of play continually. So it was good just to get this thing, and yeah, I don't think I'll be buying cheap tablets ever again, because I just use the tablets so much. And excuse me while I'm drinking coffee. So yeah, who do we have here with us? And of course, if you want your channel link shared out, type drop. I hope Nightbot is working, and Nightbot will share you all out. And get your channel links all shared out. So yeah, who do we have here watching? And I didn't sort of, I think I overdid it yesterday, just overran, and didn't sort of sleep that well, so you know, watching quite a few of you all's videos throughout the night. As soon as I get an alert for everybody who I'm subscribed to, I will click on the video and save it to my watch later. Yeah, thanks to everybody who's hit those. Thank you. And so I'll save it to my watch later list, and then of an evening I'll be running my watch later list and watching everybody's videos, and then I'll sort of have to open on my phone to comment. It's sort of unfortunate they can't sort of work out something that you could comment on the TV. You know, maybe Bluetooth keyboard typing on your TV would actually work, but I don't want to get a Bluetooth keyboard just for the TV, if you know what I mean. But you know, they worked out a decent voice thing or something. Maybe, I don't know. Because of course every time I've tried to on the TV, you know, just to search somebody's channel or something on the TV, you know, the voice thingy, voice search, it's absolutely up to shit, you know, to put it bluntly. And you know, for example, I'll say search Gail Southern Living, and it'll come up with something like hailstorms or hails living, or, you know, and come up with something stupid. It won't sort of say, it won't sort of come up with what I'm wanting to search. So, you know, the voice thingy, at least on Google TV, because I use like a Chromecast thingy in the TV, it's not very accurate. So, you know, there's no way that I could speak into it to comment. And I mean, you know, you can use the remote control and easy enough, you know, the Google Chromecast remote control, I can, you know, do that to easily enough thumbs up, but to actually comment, I have to open it on my TV, not on my TV, Arielle Blur, I have to open it on my phone to actually do it. We are quiet here today, ain't we? And then, you know, just you know, do my comment, and you know, as I'm sort of watching something, I'll sort of you know, pick it up and open it on my phone, you know, just to open the history and comment on everybody's videos, or at least I should say anybody who I'm subscribed to that I'm watching a video, I'll comment. For those who I'm not subscribed to and I'm watching a video, it's just, you know, it's something that's popped up on my feed that I'm interested in, and thought, oh yeah, I'll catch that and put that on my watch later list too, because it sort of seems an interesting subject or an interesting video. And so I will watch that as well. But I won't sort of comment on those generally, just don't have time. But most of what I'm watching is, I'd say probably 95% of what I watch is channels or people who I'm subscribed to, and oftentimes I sort of don't get an alert for somebody, and even though I'm subscribed to them, and I sort of have to think, oh, I better go and just check their channel manually, because I haven't sort of got an alert from them for a while. So, you know, I'll go and check their channel manually. You know, I remember most of who I'm subscribed to, so if I haven't sort of heard anything from them for a while, I'll go and check their channel manually, and so often I'll say, oh, they've got some new videos, why didn't I get alerts for those? Even though I might have the bell smashed. So of course, you know, then I'll go and add them to watch later list. So any of you here, if I haven't caught one of your videos for a while, it's just that for some reason alerts haven't got through, and I will get you and especially like if you come here in live streams, or I see you comment on one of my videos, I'll definitely think, oh, yeah, I haven't heard from her for a while, I better go, or I haven't heard from him for a while, I better go and see what they've been up to and see what they've got. Because I definitely want to try and catch everybody who does come into my comments and does come into my chat. I definitely want to catch everybody who does that. So, you know, if you are active in my chat and you are active on my videos, I am definitely going to check you out and make sure I catch up with you. Because I do appreciate everybody who comes into chat or watches my videos. And yeah, I have a lot of people lurking today by the look of things. Maybe everybody's busy. You know, Memorial Day weekend was only, you know, this last weekend, Memorial Day on Monday. So that's often a sign of summer actually starting for you all. You know, I think, you know, even though it says summer, you know, officially starts for you all, what's it, about the 21st or 22nd of June, realistically, probably say that summer for most of you probably starts Memorial Day, really. That's sort of the way I'd look on it. It's still fall here, but only just. Winter in this location starts officially 1st of June. In this country, they don't do it from, you know, equinoxes and solstices and that sort of thing. It's done on calendar months, and I believe the UK might be the same, that their seasons are on calendar months as well, I believe. Just bear with me, I'm drinking coffee, you know. I'm needing my coffee, and I always need coffee in the morning, so just bear with me. And I might have to make another cup of coffee too, yet. You know, the way the weather is today, the warm drink is nice. Although I do have some ice in my fridge. You know, I went and got some ice sort of earlier this morning from the Stink House fridge. You know, I do have a fridge in my room, but I don't have a freezer, I'm afraid. But of course, you know, the fridge in the kitchen at Stink House, yeah, it does have a freezer on top. But, you know, ice is something that's fine. It don't sort of, you know, it don't sort of cost anything, so it doesn't sort of evaporate. But I don't sort of have much hope of buying so much meat when it's on special or something for a quick sale, because if I put it in the Stink House fridge freezer on top, it's only going to evaporate. So best just to buy what I can use quickly, or I'll buy meat that's sort of got still a fair amount of time on the sell before date, because you know, I could just keep it in my fridge then and it's not going to evaporate. But of course, if I put it in you know, the fridge in the kitchen, you know, in the Stink House fridge, it's going to evaporate. So, you know, I'm not able to take advantage of things that are on special, that sort of thing. The only things I can sort of take advantage of if they're on special are things like, you know, non-perishable food items or non-perishable items. You know, like if stag chili's on sale, you know, I can I could buy a heap of cans of that, for example. I did see these on sale too. They're only $2. And I thought, oh wow, I might have to buy some more of those this week. You know, 5 packets of meagering ramen noodles. So, you know, I can cook up a little bit of meat and some vegetables and just boil these up and make a fried noodle with these. So, you know, a cheap meal. I'm hoping to find mushrooms on special sometime because I haven't had mushrooms for ages. I'm sort of craving them. So, you know, if I can get some of those on special for quick sale, I'd sort of buy some of those and just have a real, you know, pig out on mushrooms because I absolutely love mushrooms. I need to go back to Cranbourne and see if I can find some wild mushrooms on a couple of the mushroom or walking trails. There was a couple of really good walking trails there where I could find mushrooms. I had wild mushrooms that were safe, or that I knew were safe to eat, and I absolutely love mushrooms. I know a lot of people don't. They seem to be a thing you either eat. Oftentimes people either hate them or love them, and for many people it's not a flavour thing as much as a textural thing on mushrooms. It's sort of funny how that is. Very interesting. Whereas, you know, oftentimes some vegetables are a textural thing. You know, things like okra, for example, very much a textural thing. I really don't mind the flavour of okra, but depending on how it's cooked, if it's cooked in a way that it's not slimy, I quite enjoy it. But if it's slimy, I just don't enjoy it. You know, it's a textural thing. But you know, if it's not slimy, I really quite enjoy okra. But it's something I've found, it's not the easiest thing to cook either, you know, to not have to go slimy. So, you know, I don't sort of buy it because of that reason. I don't know, maybe really young okra would be nicer. But then things like Brussels sprouts, for example, that is a flavour issue, not a textural issue. Well, for me it was a textural issue too. And I'm just, if I'm visiting somebody and they can cook Brussels sprouts in a way that I enjoy, I'll give them a big thumbs up on that. And I definitely would ask them how the hell they cooked them because I actually enjoyed them. But that stems back to my childhood. We were forced to eat them. Well, of course, her kids didn't mind eating them, but I just didn't like them at all. But I'm forced to eat them, and there is no way that you can palm off a Brussels sprout to a cat. Maybe if they let dogs inside the house, that might have been good, but no dogs were allowed inside the house, so it was only the house cats allowed in the house, and there is no way that you can get a cat to take a Brussels sprout. No way at all. And you can only hide so many of them. You know, if you try and shove them somewhere and in your clothing, like if you've got a fold in your sweater or something, you try to Or if you're wearing a hoodie was ideal because you could sort of stuff a few into the, you know, the kangaroo pockets. But if you forgot that you'd stashed them there and you put your hands in there, what's this? And you know, your hands come out with green slime from crushed up, cold, overboiled, overcooked Brussels sprouts. That is not a good thing. I know everybody's having a giggle at that, I'm sure. I'm coughing a bit. Yeah, too much sitting on trains yesterday, I think, and public transport and medical waiting rooms and that. So yeah, bear with me on that. But yeah, I don't like Brussels sprouts at all because
I didn't understand that.
Oh yeah, thank you, Gemini. Gemini just decided on my phone that would just trigger itself. So, you know, that's Gemini deciding that it would just turn itself on just from what I'd said. I don't know, I didn't say hi Gemini or anything. And say I couldn't find anything, so everybody's having a giggle at that. But yeah, the female fosterer, yeah, she didn't cook very well. Donald and Mickey, hi there, great to see you. She didn't cook very well. She'd cook vegetables, she'd boil them in water, and there's something special about unsalted, overcooked, mushy vegetables, if you know what I mean. Something really special. And I guess it's my genetic background, but if there's one thing I can do is cook, and I can really taste foods, and I can really sort of you know, match flavors and all sorts of things like that, and it's definitely nature, not nurture, if you know what I mean. And then of course, you know, living a long time in Southeast Asia and of course all around the world, and being among people who really could cook, I'd sort of learned so much from those people, and of course learned how to cook, and you know, learned more about food flavors and what works and what goes together and all of that. So you know, that was lucky I could do that. And of course it's interesting, I guess, for many of you. You know, I ran away from those people I was raised with at 16 and a half. You know, for anybody who's interested. We're just sort of having a bit of a chit chat today, telling stories, I guess. It's raining out there and a little bit chilly. And you'll be saying, oh, but why is she wearing only a t-shirt? Because this room is fairly warm. I had the heater going. Excuse me. So yeah, I had the heater going and just warmed this room up, and I've turned it off now. Just you know, you don't want the sound of the heater sort of. But of course, if it gets cold in here again, I'll just sort of, you know, just dial up the thermostat a little bit and it will switch on again. I have a little fan heater here, and I'd sort of got it cheap from one of the thrift stores. I'll show you what, everybody's always interested in that. Yeah, the price is still on. $12 at St. Vincent's thrift store. So, you know, that was a definite bonus. and you know, it oscillates or spins back and forth, and it's got a thermostat on it, and you know, the usual things that these little fan heaters have, and it actually works really well, so that's a good thing. So, you know, if you see me reach over and just turn the thermostat on, you know what's going on. It's getting cold in here again, and I've just decided the heating needs a bit of a run. But yeah, getting back to what I was talking about, where I grew up, and being able to cook, and you know, she just couldn't cook. And maybe a lot of that sort of comes from the environment she was living in too. You know, her husband was a real shocker, and he just didn't care. He'd you know, he would have just gone outside and picked up shit off the ground out of the paddocks and ate it, sort of thing. He just didn't really have any taste at all. As long as his guts were filled, he was happy. But he drank, so need I say more? But another favourite food, you know, they're on a farm, and so you know, they would butcher their own sheep and cows and that sort of thing. The sheep were always old that they would butcher, so they were all very tough and very strongly flavoured. And of course, you know, they would eat all the organs, and you know, one of the favourites, and I use the word favourite very loosely, was liver. And if you've never had overcooked rubbery liver from an old ewe, you've really missed out on something not. And you know, usually, like if the liver was fresh or something, and you know, the house cats would absolutely love it. But do you think you can palm off a piece of overcooked, rubbery, dry liver from a 10-year-old ewe to a cat? Do you think the cat will take it? Not much hope on that. I mean, cats are generally notoriously fussy, or known to be notoriously fussy in what they eat. And do you think you could get the cat to take a piece of that liver? Or, you know, a piece of beef liver cooked, with its guts cooked out, come from like a 10-year-old cow? Do you think you can get a cat to take that? Not much hope on that. So once again, you know, if I couldn't sort of hide it in a glass of milk, and then just sort of keep the glass of milk until after I was finished eating, and just walk out with the glass of milk, and then tip it out somewhere, or poke it into hoodie pockets, or you know, stuff it in my dress or something. Yeah, I was in trouble, and I'd have to try to choke it down, because if you didn't eat something, it would turn up the next meal, and the next meal, and the next meal. And you could imagine 1 week old Brussels sprouts and liver that's been just put back in the fridge to return at the next meal, how special that was. You know, probably about as special as sitting by a mosquito infested swamp in you know, in a short skirt and crop top. Probably about as special as that. I think you know what I mean. Real bloody special for sure. And everybody be having a giggle at that. So yeah, you know, 1 week old soggy, unsalted, icky, slimy Brussels sprouts and dried up tough overcooked liver was yeah, pretty special. I'd say probably near as special as a block toilet. Yeah. So everybody be having a giggle at that. But of course, you know, when I ran away from them and went to Indonesia with you know, with the people who took me under their wing, it was you know, the different foods was such a revelation, or revelation, a real revelation. That's the word, not revelation, revelation. You know, the different things could actually taste really delicious, and that I'd be allowed to learn how to cook those dishes. So, you know, that was a real revelation, and I was encouraged to learn to cook them. But of course, you know, the foster parents, she grew up in an abusive household. Her father was a drunk and a wife beater, and for her the pattern repeated. I guess she went with a type of man that she knew. Don't go with the devil you don't know, go with the devil you know, sort of thing. So of course, you know, finding a man to marry who was an alcoholic and turned out to be a wife beater was probably, she thought, just what it is. She didn't realize that there was any better choices out there. She just thought what it was, and maybe she just went with the familiar, if you know what I mean. And of course, you know, that man that I grew up around, he drank every night. He would drink like 2 6-packs of beer every night. You know, the small cans of beer, what are they, you know, 10-ounce cans or 12-ounce cans or whatever. He would drink at least a 6-pack or 2 of those every night. And he would be drunk in the pub probably like about 3 times a week on average, sometimes more. And so, you know, he would come back drunk, and you know, I often copped it when he was drunk, because he never laid a finger on his own kids. That's the thing, he never laid a finger on his own kids, but I would cop it, you know, me being the outsider, and you know, being, oh, you're a hoe just like your real mum. You're not blood. You weren't good enough for your own family, so you're not good enough for ours, and all that sort of thing. And oh, hi there, Hope. Great to see you, Joslyn. No, we're having story time today, and yeah, we just you know, it's raining out there, so we just sort of thought we'd talk about and I mean, that's all just stemming into you know, that I'd sort of learned how to cook after I got out from there. You know what I mean? And I'd sort of started my YouTube channel originally cooking, and I don't do it anymore. It's sort of, I just found I didn't enjoy the editing process for cooking videos, and it's a real hassle having to move the camera around and to film and all of that cooking, and then having to do something all again because it didn't sort of film properly, or you made a bloop or whatever. So you know, that's what it is. So I sort of stopped you know, filming cooking content nearly 2 years ago now. Or would be 2 years ago now. But shit, how time flies. Yeah, we're just sort of having story day today because it's been raining out there, and you know, I'm not going to walk around in the rain, and I am feeling pretty tired anyways from yesterday. So of course, you know, getting to Asia and with these people that took me under their wing, it was really quite a revelation of you know, different foods and learning how to cook and that sort of thing. She left him, you know, where I grew up. She left him when I was 16, and I sort of left sort of within 6 months after. So, you know, that's how that sort of turned around. I will remind everybody of also, if you want your channel shared out, type drop and Nightbot will do it. Do share this out and do hit those thumbs up. That's really appreciated. But you know, I did sort of title this live stream live from the House of Stank. So yeah, this place. Yeah. And you know, vanilla candles just can't seem to quite cut it. And you know, the stink just comes from the rest of the house, and I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but they're cooking something, and I mean, they're constantly cooking something, and it absolutely reeks when they're cooking. I don't know, are they cooking expired meat or something? You know, the meat that they're cooking, it's always very, they seem to be slow cooking it, but it always seems to be smelling like it's burning, and they're overcooking it, and I think the meat might be off when they're cooking it because it's just such a strong smell, and as in, you know, being being a pungent smell. Maybe they're cooking you know, 10-year-old mutton that has also gone rank and is past its best before date, meaning well past its best before date. I don't know, it's absolutely rank. And of course, you know, I will not cook in that kitchen. I will not handle food in that kitchen. It's filthy, and I don't want to spend an hour cleaning it up before I could cook food for myself, and having to do that every day. I'm not wanting to do that. And it's bad enough when I have to go and use the bathroom, you know, that I have to spray everything down with a can of Dettol and clean things down before I can sort of, you know, even sit on the toilet, you know, give it a good spray with Dettol, and give it a wipe off with some toilet paper before I can even, you know, sit on the toilet to take a pee, sort of thing. So yeah, that's real good. And then, you know, doing the same if I'm wanting to take showers and things. So, you know, that's enough, but I'm having to do that, and annoying enough. And of course, then finding that somebody's blocked the toilet because they're filthy and they don't want to flush the toilet. Yeah, that's really, really nice. So, you know, I'm hoping that YouTube's kind, that I can get out of here soon. I've sort of had enough. You know, if YouTube's kind and the lottery's kind and I could get out of here, it'd be lovely. And, you know, I'd be so thankful of getting out of this place. I tell you what, a place like this makes you thankful for anything good, I can tell you that. And so, you know, I keep pushing with my YouTube also, hoping that something really takes off there. But I'll go out and film something that I really enjoy doing now too. Instead of filming cooking, I and get out and film things that I enjoy doing. I think I need more coffee. Might have to make myself another cup in a minute. But yeah, Joslyn, we just sort of tying everything in. I'm not sort of, not playing the pity Olympics or anything, just sort of tying in stories. I think I'll make myself a coffee while things are quiet here too. I do have my thermos flask full of boiled water, so make myself a cup of coffee without having to go out to the stink house kitchen to boil some water. So yeah, that's a good thing. But yeah, I just started making videos, things that I enjoy doing. And to get to the zoo last week, now coughing again. Well, actually, it was the week before last week. To get to the zoo was actually a really, really enjoyable day at the zoo. I hadn't been to a zoo since Singapore, actually. So, a long time since I've been to the zoo. And yeah, it was really brilliant and loved getting there. And so, I'm sort of going to end up getting 3 videos out of my zoo visit, which is brilliant. I got the butterfly house video. So hopefully you all have seen. Well, actually, it'll work out being 4 videos. Because I do have a members only video up of the zoo. Just a bit of a preview for members and a short video for members, because I really, really do appreciate my channel members. So I thought, I really need to make a special members only video for my members, so I did. I'm just away from screen making myself a cup of coffee at the moment, so just bear with me. And I'm just sort of, continuing telling stories for you all while I do that. I'm just sort of right next to here. I was right out of milk, so I had to buy a big bottle of milk yesterday, half a gallon of milk. So bear with me. I can buy my meat, and I'll buy decent meat, from the supermarket. Then I just cook in my room. I have an electric fry pan in here. I have a desktop oven, and I have an wood-forward grill. I bought a couple of these yesterday, so that'll be enough for the week. They were $12 per pack, so I thought, yeah, that's not bad. And they have those. I think it's about 2 pounds in weight. Pork chops, 2 pounds in weight. $12, so $6 a pound is not too bad. And that with these cheap noodles, mee goreng noodle, ramen noodles, that'll sort of keep you going for the week. Just bear with me, I've about got my coffee done. Coffee. Oh shit, is that bloody washing machine on the other side of the wall here? It's a washing machine on the other side of the wall, and they overfill it, and then you know, when it's on the spin cycle, it's one of those you know, front loading washing machines. They overload it, and then when it's on the spin cycle, it's sort of against the wall. It's not too bad at the moment, but you know, when they do it in the middle of the night, it's 2 a.m. and somebody decides they're going to do their washing and it's against the wall. It really pisses me off, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's the stink house for you. You know, blocked toilets and you know, the one bathroom sort of just nearest to here, it's sort of, if it's clean, it's passable, but the other bathroom's just a real pigsty. It's foul. I'm going to have to film all those things and just make a tour of the House of Stank for you all. You know, make a tour video for you all. And of course, you know, I said that if I get 5 supers, I'm going to make a video, the House of Stank, for you all, you know, a tour. So I'm sure everybody will look forward to that and just see what this joint's like. But, you know, we're just sort of having a chit-chat day and, you know, talking all sorts of stuff, so, you know. And of course, anybody in blue, if you've got anything you want to share out, please do feel free. If you've got a special video or a friend's video or a friend's channel, just feel free to share that out. And if you're not in blue and you want your channel link shared out, just type drop and Nightbot will do that. And I mean, if you are in blue and just want to have your channel dropped easy, you can also do the same. And I think Nightbot is working. I think haven't seen anybody test it out today. But you know, hopefully it's working. But yeah, I was out yesterday with appointments and that, and sort of got back here late. You know, it's you know, trying to get my next video uploaded and that, and my next video is actually one from the zoo, and it's already on the premiere shelf now, so you can check it out on my channel. I'm going to have to make a post a bit later today for Instagram, you know, the community tab, Facebook and the like, just advertising when that video is premiering, and the premiere link and all of that. I'll have to do that a bit later on today. But yeah, for you all, it'll be premiering, I think I'll have to check, but I think at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, something like that. I will have to check on Thursday evening, 6:30 p.m. Thursday evening Eastern time. We'll have to check when exactly that is, and of course that'll go into the post. That will be 8:30 a.m. Friday morning from me with the crazy time zone. For anyone who's a member of my channel, if you want to get a bit of a preview, of course I don't show everything in the members video. You can go to the members only playlist, the member shelf, and watch the playlist. Watch the watch the members only video on that, and catch that. And also generally when I'm putting YouTube shorts, I'll have them for a while, just members first, or on the members only shelf, before I make them public, because I really do appreciate the members. And I know that the Ozark meetup's coming up, and I'm wanting to have a giveaway, and we've sort of got a bit close to the Ozark meetup, so a lot of people who will be involved in my giveaway are either going or even helping to organise the Ozark meetup. So I was wanting to have a 25k giveaway, so I've put my 25k giveaway back, although it won't be 25k giveaway now. It's 26k, so it'll be a 26k giveaway, I guess you could say, or maybe a bit more, I don't know. See how these videos go. But like my favourite, or my popular videos, they're still putting on subscribers, so you know, that's a good thing, and still putting on views. And we'll have the giveaway after. I had to cough, so I just muted the microphone. We'll be having the 25k giveaway after the Ozark meetup, and I'm hoping that Lynda or Gail can help me with that, because I don't know why it is, but StreamYard just will not run properly, like you know, a comment picker or a prize picker or whatever will not run on Google Chrome on a tablet. And I don't know why that is. StreamYard, Restream, please fix that. Make those things run on a tablet, because lots of people use tablets and phones to actually run your program, or run your app, or run your web page, or whatever you want to call it, or run your streaming software. So, you know, StreamYard, Restream, please fix that. Maybe I should try the other one, Melon, and see if it works on that. See if it will do it. Maybe I should try Melon one of these times. I might try Melon over the weekend and see if that will do it, if it will run it. Cause I definitely do need the comment picker and pick a winner and those things to run, because I'm going to need to pick some winners. And of course, when I have the giveaway, the winners will be picked among people on the day. I wish I could give more, but I'm sort of planning. I'll give away 2 $25 gift vouchers, you know, on Amazon or PayPal, just depending what works best for the winner. One winner will be, you know, just subscribers. Because of course, you know, I will have the live stream, you know, set to subscriber only. One for subscribers, but I want to have one just for members, for channel members. So you know, if there's only 2 or 3 members in the chat on the day, pretty high chance of winning a $25 gift voucher. And of course, if we've got more channel members on the day, well, you know, the odds will sort of be varying on how many members there are in chat on the day. But you know, just general, the odds might be pretty well if there's not a lot of people in chat on the day when I'm doing the giveaway. Yeah, because, you know, I think I want to reward those who are subscribed to my channel and who go to my live streams. So, you know, you will have to be there, and, you know, if your name's picked out, you'll be actually in chat on the day, and, you know, I'll have the comment picker just pick out, like, you know, a certain phrase or a certain hashtag or whatever that I sort of will announce during the day, and then, you know, let it run for about 5 minutes or whatever, until, you know, till everybody there or everybody who wants to is sort of, you know, just put the hashtag or the phrase that I'm wanting in chat, and then, you know, just have the comment picker to do that. So, yeah, but that'll be after the Ozark meetup, so do keep posted on that, and that'll be coming up, and there will be a members only draw as well, just for channel members. And of course, I'm not making any distinction between purchased memberships or gifted memberships for that, because it's sort of difficult to do that, and how would I do that? So anyone who's a channel member will be eligible for that draw, and you know, if somebody decides they're going to pay up and be a channel member on that day, all good, they're eligible. Or if somebody buys this thing's down, and my tablet's shaking and my table here is shaking because of that bloody washing machine. Shaking. Drives me crazy, this stink house. Oh, hi there, Heather. Great to see you. And we're just sort of having story day today and chatting about different things. And yeah, we're just talking about my 25k, or it'll be a 26k giveaway now. It's just got too close to the Ozark meetup, so I'm going to hold it after the Ozark meetup. You know, so many people who are involved or will be involved in the giveaway, they're also involved in helping out with the Ozark meetup, or they're going to the Ozark meetup, and that's sort of what's on their mind. So we will sort of hold it after the Ozark meetup, and hoping that you know, the apron that you offered, Heather, is still on the table, and you know, I'd love to draw somebody's name out for that, and of course USA only on that, for obvious reasons, you know, just the cost of postage. You know, the gift vouchers that I give away, they will be for everybody, whether you are in, you know, the United States, Canada, Australia, Great Britain, or Europe. They will be for everybody. I believe also that Todd of Roundup, Rattlesnake Roundup Rodeo, he's going to be giving away a $25 gift voucher, which is really appreciated. And also I believe Lynda of Another Time may, so that's appreciated. And I've heard one or two people say, oh, hi there, Elisa, great to see you. I've had one or two people say that they're wanting to offer some seeds, so that's brilliant. You know, if we could have a couple of packets of seeds in the giveaway, that would be brilliant as well. And of course, if any crafters would like to give away, you know, maybe some yarn or a stitch marker or what have you, that would be brilliant. Because I have people sort of interested in all sorts of things watching my channel. That would be brilliant. And of course, you know, you can set it to being, yeah, all good. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Letting it play, yeah. Awesome. I really appreciate that. You know, you could give away a ball of yarn, for example, or a stitch marker, and, you know, postage might be too much, so you just set it to USA only, or if you're in Canada only, that's fine. You know, you only do what you can do, but it's all good. And I mean, somebody might say, yes, well, I can do an Amazon, but USA only, because I have a physical Amazon card that I have to mail out. That's fine, no problem. So, you know, we'll be doing the giveaway after the Ozark meetup. And I do have another video premiering, so that will be Thursday evening, I believe at about 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Summer Standard Time, but look out for the announcement on that, because I've just got to check that, because I have the date, I have the time and the date set already, so it is actually on my video shelf. I'm showing premiere and when that will be. Channel members can catch a preview on the members only shelf, and of course you know, I do some videos like that from time to time, just for members only, just as a thank you to my members. And also a huge thank you to my members is that I'll often make shorts available to my members first. I'm still here drinking coffee, so bear with me. Today's a little bit chilly, so, and if it gets cooler in here again soon, I'll just turn the heater on again and warm the room up a little bit. Because you're probably wondering, but she's only wearing a t-shirt. She's saying it's a little bit chilly. But it's a bit windy out there and been raining a lot, so yeah, there's that. A big thank you to everybody who shared this one out as well. And a huge thank you to everybody who comes back here after and runs this one on replay again. Actually, it's warmed up a little bit. That might be why the heater's not turning back on with the thermostat. I just sort of, you know, turn it down, the thermostat. 58 now. With the wind and the rain out there, probably feels a little bit cooler than what it actually is. I know that I've had a few people ask about success too, and you know, you got any tips? I would say stop filming things you find to be just real hard work to edit and film and all of that. You know, any success I've had, it's been since I've stopped making cooking videos, because I do enjoy cooking, but I don't really want to be having to stop and start all the time, to stop and start a camera and to move the camera around. I find it difficult also to explain all the cooking steps that can be done in an expedient manner on film. You know, I make a cooking video and it's too long. People who are interested in cooking don't generally like watching long videos. They like a video to be a cooking video. They like a cooking video to be done in about 4 minutes or less, or you know, no more than 5 minutes, and that's a bloody nuisance, I think, because you know, for those of you who are monetized, you well know that you really, if you're making long form videos, you really want to be aiming at 8 minutes plus for long form videos, because you know, at 8 minutes or more, then YouTube will be running mid-roll ads. So I mean, you know, those of us are monetized know exactly what that means. And I mean, it does cost money to make YouTube content. So of course, you know, monetization and actually making something from YouTube is an advantage, I guess you could say, or more than an advantage. It's really, you know, an outcome that everybody, or nearly everybody, aims for. You know, to make money out of YouTube. Nearly everybody aims to be monetized and to make something out of YouTube, or at least have YouTube to cover their costs a little bit. So, you know, I found when I stopped making cookie videos and started filming things, only filming things that I really enjoyed, that really made a difference. I really love the outdoors, but a lot of those videos just don't sort of do well, probably with the people who are watching my channel. You know, a lot of the people watching my channel are homesteaders or housewives, or, you know, not necessarily people who are really into outdoor content. Oh yes, Heather, I'm at 3,020, keeps bouncing. Yeah, YouTube seems to bounce with the numbers until you sort of get over it. I guess you could say a critical mass. It's sort of, you sort of got to get the channel at a critical mass, and then it just sort of will keep growing then, and it will sort of grow exponentially. I would say that the critical mass probably starts to come into play at about 5,000, but more over 10,000, the critical mass of the channel actually growing every day. Probably 10,000 plus. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, it seems to be how that is. And you know, that's sort of what I've experienced. At 5K, things started putting on. Maybe 10 years. Oh, I hope you get to 5K before 10 years, Heather, for sure. I really, you know, I hope, you know, your cards sort of stack together properly, or stack together right, or what have you, for that to happen before 10 years. I don't know, just if you just like a video that everybody likes, will make a huge difference. You know, I liked a video that everybody liked, the night markets and the museums and that sort of thing. And so I've just kept doing more and more and more of that sort of content that I know people like. I haven't got out on the trails. I'd love to go out on the trails and film some woodland scenes and that, but I haven't sort of done that because I don't sort of get many views on that, so I'll walk around there and not film because why bother making a video on it if nobody's going to watch it? So, you know, but I will get out and walk just to clear the mind. And also, you know, it's a day out of the stink house, you know what I mean? But, you know, I had like the Melbourne Museum video went quite well. People seem to like the beach too, or seaside videos, and especially if they're a bit wild. If it's not sort of really peoply, people like it if it's showing a wild coastline or something like that. But, you know, everybody loved, for example, the Melbourne Museum, and that went really well. A couple of the night markets went really well. Well, I found the one night market video that I did first up went really well, so I just kept doing those when there was a different theme of night market. I hope the zoo video goes really well. Fingers crossed. But, you know, like the cultural events at the market and that sort of thing have gone really well because, you know, that sort of fed into the night market. You know, it was sort of a similar theme. So, you know, for me, I found cultural things go really, really well. I know you were saying, Heather, you had one video that went really well. Was it a short or was it a long form? I know you were saying about it. I've been wondering what video it is. But I sort of think, Heather, that one video that goes really well, is there any chance of doing another video on that same subject? Yeah, haircutting, yep. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, could you cut somebody's hair and you know, repeat it for another video? And, you know, especially if it's something that's a bit ends up being a bit funny or something. You know, for example, I know Laurie has done a few funny things on her own hair, you know, getting Dave to cut off all her hair or whatever, and colouring her hair. Or I know she did one, I think it was a live stream, where she actually coloured Dave's beard. It was sort of part of a challenge or whatever, and you know, if she got so many views or whatever, or somebody did something, that she was going to colour Dave's beard, and that was hilarious. And I mean, she coloured Dave's beard with non-permanent colour. I don't know if you've got a child willing to play along, or your husband you know, cutting his hair or cutting their hair and then colouring it. Of course, don't use permanent hair colour. Use hair colour that will wash out immediately. Of course, if you're going to do that, you know, maybe you could make a video on that. Or giving your husband a basin cut or a bowl cut. Now that could be hilarious. I don't know if you all know what a bowl cut is, or a basin cut. I mean, this basin's not big enough to do. My head's bigger than this basin, but basically you'll sit basin on somebody's head, and then you just cut around the edges. You know, for the haircut. I don't know, that's a very hillbilly thing. You could, if they're willing to play along, you might have to fund a barber trip or a hairdresser trip afterwards, but film giving barber a basin cut. Now that could be a funny video and probably would go quite well. You know, giving barber a basin cut. You know, you could title your video, I gave barber a basin cut. Let's see what happened. You know, something like that. And that could go really, really, really well. And it would be bloody hilarious too, you know. I'm sure everybody's rolling around at this one, but you know, it's a basin cut or a bowl cut. It's a very hillbilly thing, I guess you could say. Very Appalachian. But you know, that could be worth doing for the views. Especially like if you've got your son wants to have a crew cut, and you could have your son, you know, volunteer or be volunteered. You know, if your son wants to have a crew cut, ask him if he's going to play along. Will he grow his hair out first? You could do and film the basin cut, the bowl cut video, and then after you've sort of done all that, and the you know, you have the hilarious looking bubba bowl cut, you could always give him a crew cut after, or take him to the barber to have a crew cut after. You know, that his hair's looking the way he wants it to, but he's just volunteered that he'll let his hair look stupid for about 10 minutes or whatever until after you filmed the video. Now that could be worth doing, and would get a lot of giggles, I'm sure. I'm sure everybody's you know, rolling on the floor laughing their asses off on that one. Don't think any of them want to be filmed. No, probably not. Probably not. You could do yours. If you're going to do that though, Heather, you probably want to make sure that the bowl will allow you to have plenty of length, that you could go to the hairdresser after and get a nice pixie cut or something, because you don't, I'm sure you don't want to have a bubba bowl cut, if you know what I mean. Not a bowl cut, yeah. I'm just saying about that for a humorous video. You know what I mean? But you know, if you were going to do it, make sure that it would allow you to have enough length that you could get a decent haircut directly after. Or if I had an offsider, I would do it myself. Tie your hair up, but get like a dollar store party wig and wear the dollar store party wig and have the basin cut performed on the dollar store party wig. Now that would be worthwhile. And then of course after you film the video, take off party wig, untie your hair and let your hair down and go along as normal. Now that could be worth doing. Yeah, I think it would go viral. You know, Heather gets a Bubba basin cut. You know, yeah, do it with a wig. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, if I had somebody who could do it offside here with me, I would do it myself. You know, Cousin Anna gets a Bubba bowl cut. You know, if I was at the Ozark meetup, you know, with Jan and Gail around, that's actually a stunt I would pull. You know, we could sort of perform it at the meetup. That's a stunt I would actually pull. You know. Yeah, look for wigs, yeah. I don't have anybody who could do it, though, for me. That's the thing. But, like, if I was at the Ozark meetup, that's one thing we could do. And, you know, have my camera running while it's done. I'm sure there'd probably be 100 other cameras filming it as well. But, you know, Cousin Anna gets a Bubba bowl cut. Or it might end up being Cousin Anna, what's Gail's character's name? I don't know. Cousin Anna. Yeah, blonde one, yeah. But there's any amount of blonde one. There's any amount of blonde wigs. They may not be real natural looking blonde, and if they're not real natural blonde, that might be even funnier. But yeah, you know, Cousin Anna, the loose faucet, and Gail's character, all three get Bubba bowl cuts. Now, wouldn't that be a hilarious video? But yeah, you could even do it in character, Heather. You know, get Grandma Feather's wig and do it in character. Grandma Feather gets a Bubba bowl cut. You know, you can always do that too. I guess keep that one for next time when Jerry's got the 3 cans shy again. But you know, yeah, just a long blonde wig from, you know, a party supply store or dollar store or wherever you can get one. you know, they're probably not going to come up too bad on camera. They're not going to look realistic out and about in the real world, but on camera you could probably make it look realistic enough. You know, if you play around with your light levels enough or whatever, and your color correction, you could probably get it looking realistic enough. So yeah. And you've only got to have one video do really well, and that can sort of put up quite a few subscriber numbers and views and all of that. So, you know, it'd give your channel a bit of a push along. Could be worth trying. Oh my, we've been at hour and 40, so I might just go another 5 minutes and call it for the day. So yeah, I will remind everybody, check out if you're channel members, and of course I do welcome more channel members, and there is a cheap level, I think about $2, which videos, you know, member only videos are available to everybody, even at the lowest level. Check out the preview of my zoo video, plus there's a few others on the members only shelf, so please do become a member of my channel that you can check those out, and there's more member only videos to come. If other people buy memberships, I really appreciate that, and if somebody buys a stack of memberships to gift out during my lives or premieres, thank you, I appreciate that. When I have some cash, I also buy some and gift out as well, you know, during live streams and that. So, you know, member only videos are available to all members, whether you've bought the membership yourself or whether you've been gifted out the membership. The upcoming giveaway, the member only draw, that's for all members. So if you've been gifted a membership and you're in chat on the day of the giveaway, you are eligible to be in the member only prize draw. Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, premiere my full length zoo video. Do catch that one, and hopefully we get a heap of people in the chat room on the premiere for that. Does anybody have anything you wish to add quickly in the couple of minutes before I end this live? Or anything you'd like to share? You know, if you wish to share out a video of your own, you wish to share out a friend's channel or whatever, or an upcoming collaboration, do share that out, and please do share that out. If you want your own link shared out, type drop, DROP, and get Nightbot just to share you all out. Yeah, just give everybody a minute just to do that, and then I will end this live, and I will be going live again sometime over the weekend. Whether it's Saturday night or Sunday night, I'm not sure yet. We'll just see. We'll see how I'm feeling. It'll be one of those days. You know, this week, Sunday evening for you all. No, Saturday evening for you all. I just wasn't feeling it, so I went live Sunday evening instead. And of course, I believe that Heather and Gail is live tomorrow for their Healthy Goals Wednesday, so do check that one out. I think that's about 5:30 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, something like that. But yeah, Healthy Goals Wednesday. So yeah, everybody stay tuned for that one. I believe it'll be going ahead this week. So I'll have to check. Have you got those videos set yet? If you have, I'll have to go and put them on my community tab and share them out. Anyways, I am 5. Brilliant. 5 Eastern Standard Time, I guess. Well, I am going to call it now. So huge thanks to everybody who's come here today. And a huge thanks to everybody who runs this one later in the replay gang. So take care, be blessed, and until next time, bye-bye. Oh, all good, Heather.